Hi, my name is Callie and I have a very expensive collection to show you today. It's the last technical fall collection, but all of my colors are kind of fallish if you've noticed the whole year. So the first thing I have is a squatty copper tea kettle with tons of personality and a wooden handle. This was made in the 1940s or prior because in the 1940s to 50s is when they started making things out of stainless steel and aluminum. So this has that historic allure that we're really all looking for, and it's a great piece. The next thing I have is a hand-blown glowing amberina piece. Amberina is made with cadmium, so it glows orange or red under UV light. This one's made by Kanawha, which was formed in 1905 and ran all the way to the 1970s. So these next two items go together really well, but they did not come together. This is a punched hole brass toll lampshade. It's got the clip on here and it could go on any lamp base. This is a turned wood lamp base, completely solid, and this was probably made from the 1940s to the 1960s on both occasions. This one might seep into the 70s. I also saw on several occasions that this could have been a candlestick that was just converted into a lamp. The next thing I have is a depression glass anchor hawking uranium juicer. This is a little bit chunkier than the rest of the juicers, but juicers are kind of the first thing you collect when you start collecting uranium. This is also the most dangerous uranium item you can get because the citrus in the fruit, when you go to juice it, breaks down the film and can release the uranium and radiation. Dangerous piece, dangerous and historic. Next, I found this really cute heavy glazed ceramic squirrel or chipmunk. I couldn't find out where he's from, but based on the way he looks, probably made in Japan. The next thing I have is a carved monkey pod serving tray. I thought this was a long bean, but when I researched it, I found out there's something called a yard-long bean. The next thing I found were 4 mini terracotta planters hand-painted by somebody with the initials KDH. They're actually really well done, and if they never leave my house, I don't care. The next thing I found was a handmade turned wood apple stash with a beveled stem. This is made in Spain. It's got a Spain stamp on the bottom, and from what I can tell, this is some sort of rainbow wood. The next piece I found I am so obsessed with. This is a handmade thick yarn embroidered wall banner, and it's got the most beautiful natural autumn colors, and this gradient on the green also got a cute little tail. I've got a 1940s Fenton spiky hobnail tea light, and this is not uranium. Next, I found this very heavy 2-pound brass owl. He's 12 inches tall and from the 1960s. Next, I have this glass art paperweight with these birds flying in the sky. I didn't notice till I got it home, but it's been dropped. But it's still so nice, so I might keep it if nobody wants it. So the next thing I found is a little brown teapot made in occupied Japan, but the cool thing is it's made out of red clay. I didn't know much about red clay, but let me tell you, red clay is an ancient Chinese material that they used to make teapots out of, and it worked almost like cast iron, in the method that it was porous enough that the more tea you made in it, it became seasoned, and then your tea would continue tasting that way. Pretty cool history. Next, I have a little mini wooden easel because they are great all the time. The next thing I found was a classic wooden pocket watch display dome. This one's plastic, but it's vintage plastic, so much better than our plastic. Next, I've got an early American glazed ceramic Cocker Spaniel planter. This is probably by McCoy because I found this boy, who is by McCoy, and they look very similar. Do they not? And I've got another one, but white, and definitely not by McCoy. Next, I've got this little mini porcelain planter that's been repaired, so he'll be free. And for the mini collectors like me, I've got these 4 mini porcelain vases, and they were made in occupied Japan. This one's my favorite. And by golly, I found some lucite grapes. These came in much worse condition than I thought they were going to be, so to that I say, well, they come with an extra grape. Little mini guys. So here's this Goliath of a collection all together. Thank you so much for watching my video this week. I hope it brought you some joy. Joy is truly one of the most impactful things we can do for others, so really, thank you. I love you. Goodbye.